anyhow.
Go ahead, suffering.
So point is, I'll have to add that back. But essentially in the settings here, we end up with everything for Twitch is going to, everything is in one track because Twitch is only going to support the one track. But then recording, I can actually split it up so that I have desktop audio, microphone, 4 is what you're hearing, the music that's playing, and then 5 is Twitch alerts, things like that. And so what I end up with is a file looks like this. So I'm going to open up this free application called MKV Toolkit. And what this allows you to do is actually strip out the individual elements. So let's go to, I want to go to last night's stream. So what day is it? It's the 14th. So we're going to go to last night's second stream, which is going to be where I did mostly card games. We'll see, we end up here, we've got the video, and then desktop is the game audio, right? Well, that's going to be the default audio when I pull it into the editor, so I don't want to strip that out. Got the microphone makes sense. Chrome and Twitch, really. So I don't have any Twitch alerts or Chrome music playing for those, so I'm going to go ahead and take those out. I don't know what these are. Well, I'm not worried about them. Probably the subtitles or something. And then go over here, change this to all files, which allows me to create an MP3 of just the microphone data. Do just the microphone data. And then that'll be, oh, I've already done it. Okay, so presumably it would be there. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and override it, actually. We'll just do that.
Okay, sure.
And then we go ahead and start, when we hit start multiplexing, yes, I know, it's going to create a parallel MP3 file, which is just the microphone track for this stream. So now we've got the stream, which default has the desktop audio, and then we've got the microphone track. So once we've done that, we'll do that again. We'll do this for, let's see here, for our first stream of the day. That was, what did I do? That was just dailies and stuff. So yeah, that's fine. So we'll take that in here. I'm going to create new. Cool. So we only care about the microphone audio. So we'll go through here. And we'll strip out all of these little check marks. Tick, 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 tick. My mouse pad's supposed to be arriving soon. We'll make this slightly less excruciating to watch. I'm going to create it as an MP3 file. And then we go start multiplexing. And now we'll have, for that stream that we did earlier, we're going to have all the stream audio associated with it in this MP3 file. So that's going to be the audio associated with this stream. And then we repeat the same process for any others that we want to do. Go back to modification time. So this one was the one we started a little bit ago when we got home, I believe. We'll just go ahead and do that one. We'll create new. We're going to strip out all this stuff. We're just right now trying to get the microphone audio, which, as I said, it's mixed in when I send it to Twitch, but it's not mixed in normal. So it's actually good. 3, and then we start multiplexing. So with this, we've now got the stream talking, microphone audio that we can choose to do stuff with when the time comes. So there's lots of video editing software. I'm not going to say that the one I'm using is necessarily the best, but they all basically work the same way. I wouldn't have bought this one if I had another option. It's just what I got. So this is what I got. I'll use it for a while.
Second one, it'll work.
What?
It's a good one. It works, and you can have it on every device.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one. The nice thing about this one,
I can use it on my computer.
It's super nice that we can use it on 2 computers. So from there, so we're gonna start with last night's stream. So we're gonna go to this. So we're gonna go to the second stream for last night. I'm gonna grab the whole darn file. It's gonna ask me to change the aspect ratio. I'm not gonna change it. And then I'm gonna grab the MP3 associated with it. Oh, no, that's a different MP3. I'll grab the right one. Where is it? I got shifted up. So this is the big one here. We're looking for that one. There we go. So now we've got the MP3 associated with the microphone audio for that stream. This is the point where we can start trimming things up, because we don't want to trim before, or else it's going to be hell to try to sync up audio. So I usually trim off first part of this because it's, not really helpful. Let's see here, have I done this? This might be a stream I've already done this for, so I may not proceed for this one. I might do a different one. Yeah, actually, we've done this one before. Unless this is where I rebeat the Mirror Maidens. Oh yeah, no, this is the right one. This is the right one. Because we were going to see if we could duel that guy, and we found out no, actually we can't, which is just a big bummer. We'll just start with this run. So we'll start with this. So we're gonna make a really quick clip. I'm gonna cut this off. Zoom in. So this is gonna be Nahida, Raiden, Hyperbloom. So we're gonna trim this, drag that over. This particular program has a lot of good. You want to normalize your audio. This one also has a really cool room autocorrect. So like my YouTube videos should have slightly less echoey vocals. So that we'll see. I do it anyway. So we got the enhanced voice autocorrect. So now we've got that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a really quick clip here, which will be just me fighting the boss. We're going to find the point where I use Nahida's E skill.
He literally was trying.
There we go. We're going to clip it. We're going to create a clip. I'm going to select both the audio and the original video. Put a cut. So now we have kind of it will allow us to cut paste things, but it'll also allow me to like anchor to that point in time. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find the end of the fight, because I want to anchor to the end of the fight as well. Pretty short fight with this team. So I'm going to have to kind of hunt around a little bit. Looks like that. Frame by frame a little bit, because he should be, I think he's done at that point. Find the frame where the health bar disappears. I think that's a good official endpoint for the fight. Oh, come on. I mean, he's sitting there. He's just got the yellow bar that's slowly... There we go. So there's the point where the health bar disappears. Once again, select, trim. So now we've got the fight. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add an effect. They've got built-in timer effects. So we're going to create a timer effect. And you'll see it'll anchor. See, it's not anchored to the beginning of the clip. And then we can anchor to the end of the clip. And so now we have an official, like at least a frame accurate counter for the clip. So now I'm going to replay it.
He literally was trying out console commands. That's too funny. Oh my god.
We're going to watch the fight here, and then we're going to get to the end. So like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we'll go back a little bit. Drag. This should also hit the anchor point. Go back. So it looks like our final time was 14,972. So we're going to add another anchor. We're going to put that time in there. there. 7-2. So that's our kill time, right? And so this is not, unfortunately, I'm sure how to like freeze the timer. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but this will allow us to at least have a pretty good number for how long that final size. So here we are. We're getting the stream. Make sure the audio kind of worked. We'll leave the stream audio in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about who knows what I'm talking about right now.
He was. He literally was trying out consoles romance. That's too funny. Oh my god.
Here we are. Fight the fight. Demonstrate the rotation. Not the fastest. I didn't drop Yellen's burst that time, I don't think. So yeah. And there's me saying I should time it. Haha.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Classes final her tests,
Uh-huh.
which makes me extremely happy because I can do a test
Good.
and I can get a test done and I can get like 95s on all of my tests. Projects make me want to kill somebody.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're confident in your test taking.
I have concrete evidence that all my tests are good. I averaged out all of my test scores,
Mhm.
like actual test scores. My average score on a test is 96.
Dang, that's good. Well, hopefully that works out for you.
Like, tests are what I'm good at.
Yeah, tests are good. I'm glad to hear it.
Projects, my average project score is 70%.
Oof. Projects suck. All right, so this is a friendship party.
But the project I do art, what? I always get really high grades on the ones I do art on.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, as I'm sure most people do now, when I collect on anything, I'm going to, you can position these
I
wherever.
want to go to the art store in Longmont. I want to see if I can get a pack of 48 Prismacolors.
A what now?
Pack of 48 Prismacolor color pencils because I got an art project that I do, and also I love color pencils all of a sudden.
Well, maybe.
Actually, no. Let's wait a month. You know how ADHD is.
Yeah, I was got fine. So we've got. Let's see here. So this is my friendship party. So I usually collect on ley lines using the friendship party. That's all I'm calling out now. And then, okay, I wasn't there for very long, but whatever. Friendship party. And then I'll like capture what the collection was. Let's see if I got anything good. Yeah, probably not very good. So I didn't even bother saving. All right, cool. So that's going to be a clip video. It's just really short. And then from there, so let's get to the collection. Got some boss music going on in the background right now. Can we name the track? Yeah, it's Azuhara. Got Azuhara Battle theme going on. Alright, so we got this. We're going to do another cut. So that's a full cut. So now what we've got is we basically got our first clip that we want to upload, right? So we're going from there. We're going to let's create this as a project right now. We don't have to save it as a project, but like if cut and paste fails us, we'll go here. So what was this? This is like 12, 13. Complete. That's our complete edit, and we'll keep adding to that one. But now that we kind of know what we want our clip to be, we're gonna go ahead and put a title card on it. Let's make a title card. Now, my title cards aren't the fanciest things in the world, and if you're doing this, you might not care. But it's gonna make it a lot easier to create a thumbnail if we have some time at the beginning with the title card up where we describe what we're doing, because we can use that for the thumbnail. Now, I know a lot of people like to do After Effects on their title cards, and I'm not there yet. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I will eventually, but I just haven't figured it out yet. So from there, we're going to go ahead. So what are we going to say? We're going to say, this is a Raiden verb. Is it EM Raiden? Is it EM Raiden Hyper Bloom. Then we're gonna, let's take the title. Just call it. I don't know what to call it. It's got a long name. It's the Dorito. So everyone calls it the Dorito, right? It's just the Dorito. So now I've got a title card. We can kind of play where it goes, but let's just have it nestle right up to where we did our cut for the beginning of the fight. We got our complete time. Maybe we stretch that all the way to there, just so it's just kind of floating at the bottom of the screen. And then the rest of this we don't care about, right? Or at least not right now. We don't. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the worst possible thing imaginable. We're just gonna delete the other half here. So we're gonna grab this and go, boom. And we're gonna now. So I've got as a way to make this go a little faster, I have pre-built videos that I use just kind of like do end cards and stuff. So I'm gonna go into my add-ins here. I'm gonna just use my R&R add-in. If I'm doing card games, I have a different outro that I'll do, but we're not doing card games yet. So we'll just do this R&R outtake. And what that's gonna do is then we'll do a real quick preview, make sure the audio levels are good. So I'm actually gonna pause Azahada's theme here. We're gonna go ahead, give this video a listen, make sure the audio levels make sense. We got talking.
He literally was trying out consoles for Mance. That's too funny. Oh my god.
So in this case, I don't know what people's preferences are. When I'm streaming, I keep the game audio pretty low. But at this time, maybe we turn it up a little bit.
I should time it.
So we can go in here and go. Now, about 300 is going to be what I do for card game videos. So we're not going to go quite that high.
Trying out consoles for Mance. That's too funny. Oh my god.
Now, because I have stream audio down here, I might as well do an outro. So we'll record one here. We'll just do it directly in software. Let's see if we can record. Let's see if we can do both. Oh, it's gonna work. So I'm going to return. So most of these are going to have this. We're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and capture from my Yeti, which is all set up. And then I'm going to check on the play video recording. So it's going to give me a countdown, and then I'm going to do the voice out, and then I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to pause it. I will most likely mess this up the first time I try. This is probably gonna go really badly. That's my guess, because I've got Bogons and everybody looking at me. But we'll try. We'll see if this works. Think about what I'm gonna say. All right, I'm just gonna say something simple. Nice voice out. Or say, okay, we're gonna start recording. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video where I demonstrated my Hyperbloom team versus the something Dorito boss in Genshin Impact. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to my Twitch for more Genshin Impact content. I've stopped the recording.
Oh. Pumpkin meringue pie. It's the only way I can describe the.
Okay.
You know lemon meringue pie. You know how that gooiness of the lemon stuff.
Yeah.
That's the same gooiness in this pumpkin pie.
Okay, I don't like pumpkin. So now I'm listening right now. So we're gonna need to need to do autocorrect because we're still gonna hear room effects. Still gonna probably need to add a normalization to this, and then let's hear what it sounds. What are you doing? No, I know the camera's on. I'm aware. It does not do anything. I'm not hitting any keys.
Oh, you're not going to turn this into a video either.
I'm turning this into a video for sure. This is a stream. All right. Thanks for watching.
Video editing video? No.
Video where I demonstrated
what? Video editing video? Video editing stream? Yes.
Something.
This is a stream content, not video content.
Boss. Okay. Genshin Impact. Be sure to subscribe and tune in to my Twitch for more Genshin Impact content. So that outro went fine, I guess.
Well, we could have a series where you do this stream, video editing stream. You edit this stream.
Yeah.
And then so on and so forth. So you have streamception of editing.
Well,
actually do that. That needs to be a thing.
So what we're gonna do in the next stream is we're gonna edit this stream. Oh my god. So yeah. Well, whatever.
And so on and so forth.
Yeah. Forever. Like it's infinite content. Infinite content. Anyhow, well, no, I'm describing how I'm doing this, so I don't see any reason not to put this on YouTube. I'm just not going to tag it with Genshin Impact.
So you're gonna like occasionally have to play the video so that you hear what it sounds like. This is gonna be.
Yeah. Okay. Don't.
It's a crowd of you.
All right. I want to make sure those levels are good. Really quick. I'm
You
gonna
know
listen.
that.
I'm gonna listen.
Shot my dad had used Photoshop, and he sent me this the next day, and it's a bunch of hymns running away from a giant hymn. The equivalent of that.
Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna listen one more time. All right. Thanks for watching. All right. I think that's fine. All right. So again, I'm not a professional voice actor. My voice actor, I'm just trying my hardest not to sound, like a college professor. So there. So now we've built our outro. We had our initial edit. We've got a title card. We've got some timing effects. We've got some like pop-ups on the screen. If we wanted to add sound effects, we could. There's no sound effects that really apply to this, at least not that I can think of. I have a collection of sound effects. I got sad trombone. I have bonk. I have a couple others. I think I have the X-Files theme for when something weird happens on screen. You've probably seen that if you watch my content. But we're not going to add any extra audio to this. I think we have enough audio. So then now we're going to go ahead and encode this. We're going to give it a name, of course. Say, I don't know, burrito.
Breakfast for tomorrow. That's my day on this.
Just stream mixer. That's fine.
What's my date?
Yeah. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. That's fine.
No. What's important about the second?
It's the 2nd of. I don't know. It's the 2nd of January.
This dude. What happens on the 2nd of January?
I don't know. It's the day after New Year's.
Look on your calendar, Jesus Christ.
What? Just tell me.
How do you forget this?
It's nobody's birthday. It
Yes.
isn't a holiday.
No, holiday. Something is happening on the 2nd.
I don't know. Just tell me what's going on the 2nd. There's no school.
You scheduled this in front of my eyes.
Oh, are you talking about your surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah, and?
Second.
Yeah, and? Just be sure to eat your donuts. You're going to eat your donuts before 8 o'clock tomorrow. What does that have to do with your surgery? You're going to probably get more donuts tomorrow.
Okay, then I'll eat them. Then I'll eat them today.
Just eat them a little bit
tomorrow.
today.
I'll eat them tomorrow. I'll eat them tomorrow at breakfast. Like I want donuts for finals week so I can have a quick and easy breakfast.
Yeah, I wouldn't even get close to expiration date on those things. I would eat them as fast as I can.
That's not what matters. It's a coincidence and it's a fun one.
I guess. All right. Anyhow, so I'm gonna do high quality. Some you got advanced properties. You can change resolution and frame rates. I like VBRs.
Yeah, the first of January is going to be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it'll be 1, 2, 2, 3.
No, the 1st of January.
Oh, it'll be 1, 1.
We ignore the first one. It's just 1, 2, 3.
It's Fibonacci. 1, 1, 2, 3. Fibonacci sequence.
Actually,
that's neat.
The 1st of January will be a Fibonacci sequence. Yeah,
okay, that's cool. All right. So anyhow, and it's Fibonacci no matter how you arrange your dates. It's either 1 January 2, 3, or it's January 1, 2, 3. It still works. So both European date format and American date format can enjoy the Fibonacci date.
Lined up.
We're all lined up. It only happens. Special dates don't always line up. like Pi Day and stuff doesn't always work out. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna hit encode. Boom, starts encoding. Let's start that music back up. All right, so I got music again. So encoding can be wildly dependent on a million things. In general, you're gonna encode when you're doing this. You're gonna enable. Presumably, you have either a high end or medium to high end graphics card, and all the work is going to be done by your graphics card. I mean, some of it's in the CPU, but we go into task manage. We're still going to see it's all the GPU is doing all the work, right? I mean, it's been this way for 10 years. Just now we actually have decent hardware to do that now. Now it might be using the CPU for some of the audio stuff, and honestly, the more audio tracks, the slower it seems to be. Video encoding seems to be basically free, but not free, but it's like 10x, right? You get a 10-minute video in 2 minutes. The more audio you add, the slower this process gets. Most likely because they're doing the audio re-encode in a software engine. So, all right, so I'm gonna I'm gonna slide over to my YouTube channel here. We'll just do the whole process, right? So I have the longer Dorito boss, right? So I have the full name. Oh my gosh, it has such a terrible name. So I'm gonna do one more, just as for demo, right? So we dropped that. The other one's got a bunch of fights. We're just gonna do a single fight. Why not? Just like, well, whatever. Make Google host some content. I don't think. So we got that. I'm gonna select that file. And in the background, as we're doing the filling out the upload, it's gonna be doing stuff in the background that, like, it's doing the upload, right? So it's still working, so we can kind of sort of take our time here. So we're gonna go through here. Dashes aren't going to come through, so you'll need to do that. Dots are not going to come through, but you can have dots once you finalize your thing. Hyperboom is fine, Genshin is fine, and like browser shampoo. I have found, now that I've been doing this for a little while, people are going to want two things. They're going to want a description, of course. And descriptions are usually just like, hey, like the Dendro. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is EM Raiden. This is Raiden plus Nagita on there you go. Like, that's just, I don't know how to spell Dorito. I'm presuming there it goes, Dorito. And I'm gonna put in my Twitch here. Say something like, hey, follow me on Twitch. Now, if you're a partner for YouTube, which means having lots of subscribers, so like if you like content creators, please subscribe to their YouTube channel. Not just me, everybody, because YouTube looks at numbers of subscribers before they start adding benefits to the channel. And yeah, you might get a notification about the ones you subscribe on, but it's like that. It's nothing, no skin off your nose, and it's going to help these small creators get there. I mean, if you got somebody with 1 million subscribers, it doesn't matter, right? But so for some reason, that's the metric that YouTube uses. So be sure to follow, folks, right? And so when you're, the long story short though, when you get to that point, when you create end cards, you can start adding links. So like you could add a link to your Twitch directly in your end cards. If you're not partner or whatever, you can't do that. They're very restricted. They just want to keep you inside the YouTube algorithm. But what you can do is you can put a link in your description, right? So we've got that. We're going to go ahead and link the previous video because that has the build in it. So you can go to your little content editor. You can get a shareable link. You can link that in here. So I have in the other video, I have the build with all the artifacts and stuff like that. So I'm going to do that there. I'll also put that in there. Now, normally, so look, this one, YouTube was pretty decent at pulling a beginning card. You're not always going to have that option because either you're going to be still filling this out while it's uploading. Like, let's say we're going to do a longer video next. So I'm going to show you what you do to generate your own, one way, what I've decided to do to generate those starting cards is I just go in here and I open it in VLC. VLC is a great kind of general purpose player, right? And we got this here. We're gonna find the moment that we want to start. So we're gonna go.
He literally was.
Oh, so no, it's not. We're not gonna have a perfect one. So we'll just like get a moment where we like it, and then we're gonna go ahead and just take snapshot. Now that's gonna be a JPEG, which means it'll probably work as a thumbnail. There is a size limit on these thumbnails. Now, if I was, if I wanted to break out GIMP and, do overlays and stuff, I could like theoretically add all sorts of fun stuff to the thumbnail like most people do. Maybe most time the thumbnail is nothing, doesn't have to be one of the scenes from your video, and it very often is not. So I could like add like a portrait of Nahida and GIMP and, do that stuff. I won't do any end card editing today because I just want to do this. So it's a short. It's not really a short because I don't know how to do shorts except for with my phone. And I think actually, let's see, there's got to be some way to do shorts without your phone, but I haven't figured it out. So we'll just it's just a short video. So I'm going to throw it in a playlist. Done. Fine. This is not children's content, right? So because of this COPPA thing, content that is specifically made for children has to be treated very differently by YouTube than your average stuff. Now, there's nothing adult in this, but you mark not for safe for kids, not made for kids, because you're not making children's content. This is not like, a children's show. You're not making Sesame Street or whatever. And that's kind of how COPPA's written. If you don't check it's not made for kids, you're going to end up getting weird restrictions on your ads that they're allowed to show, and there's other stuff. And just unless you're making children's programming, don't ever select it's made for kids, right? It's just not. Now, age restrictions are that. So like, again, this is not 18 or up. There's no gore or anything like this. It's a video game, right? So don't need any age restrictions. Just say it's not a children's content. I've talked too much about that. End screen. So part of the reason I do that outro is, there may be a way to do this in the video editing software. I don't know. But YouTube's pretty easy. They give you some pieces that you can work with. They give you some buttons that you can put in. I'm just going to go ahead and start with this guy here. It's got a couple of elements. It's got a link for a playlist. So this is a short, so I'm going to link my shorts playlist, right? And then pick a video. So in this case, I want to link to the previous Hyperbloom demonstration because that's got the build in it. So now you can see that the longer video is linked in that card. There's a little subscribe button that people should always click when you like your content creators. If you're fully in, you can even see like where in the audio track that's happened, which is fine. So now all that end card stuff is now decorating the video, which is cool. I mean, it's not hard to do. And you can also add cards at different parts if you want to. Not really important. Not for this video. I haven't done too much of that. But like if you had a video where you're stopped and like you're talking about something and you want to reference a previous video, go for it, right? Or another thing is like I've got 1 or 2 videos where I'm watching or reacting to some really old content that's on YouTube from like 2007 or whatever. It might be something to go back to that and add a link at the beginning of the video to the original content. So that if viewers don't want to watch our reaction and our thoughts about the content, they can just click on that and go to it. And, everybody on YouTube is friends, right? So we should help each other out. We should link each other's videos. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? It's all happy, whatever. It's going to run a copyright check. Now, this should never be a problem with Genshin content because the Genshin Impact people are super nice about copyright. I will illustrate. I have some videos on my list which actually sort of failed, but they failed in an interesting way, and people should be aware of that because it's a fair use thing. So I don't expect the checks to go through. Scheduling, like you could be. My kid tells me you should always premiere your videos at a certain time, like 6 o'clock on weekdays, and 10 o'clock on Saturdays. In this case, this is just a one shot. Like it's not like this is a fancy thing, right? So we're just gonna drop this in. It's just a public right now. No, if anybody subscribed, they're gonna get a notification late at night. Okay, fine. whatever. They'll be fine. They'll probably just ignore it or watch it later. It's only a minute long video. But for like, if I'm doing a big content drop, or I've got some video that I feel like might have some domain, I'm going to go ahead and schedule it for 6 o'clock the next day. Hope to get as many eyes as I can during peak time. Schedule it. So that's all that is. So I'm going to schedule that. Just publish it. You can, share to Twitter. Just, do a tweet. And then you can share to Tumblr. Now, these share tools is actually really cool, but that's not going to show up unless you wait for the upload to finish before you complete, for what it's worth. Fine, whatever. Default posts are fine. Go throw it on Tumblr, throw it on Twitter, or any other socials that you got. I might throw it on Hoyo Lab later, but that's not going to be plugged into there. So there, now we have a video. That's like the full life cycle of just making a short video for YouTube with the tools that I have. I was talking about copyright, so let's talk really quick about copyright. Just so you know, if you're streaming other games or other content, this may come up. So our family also does a stream of we're doing a let's play of a game called Tales of Berseria. I love the Tales games. Oh, actually, we got two here. So this is the one I talked about where we have a source video. So what we're going to do, let's do this. So we've got this source video, right? So let's go ahead and we're going to add a card. So we're going to add a video card. We're going to add this. We're going to add the original video. So we're going to go ahead and just put it like literally at the beginning of the video so that people who want to watch the original video can find it. So this is where we're going to start. We're going to, so that's the anchor point. We're going to make it, let's make it like a 20 second. So we got 20 seconds in. We're going to do the actual name. Where is it living? Oh, there it is. So this is just this is just going to pop up there. So 20 seconds in, they're just going to have a link to the actual video on the page. There's no need really to do that. So now that video will have an actual link to the original in it for people who want to watch it. But let's talk about copyright really quick. So this is saved, right? Okay. So this one has a copyright claim on it. And that doesn't necessarily mean there's a strike or anything like that. What this means, so what will happen is the copyright claim has come through, but the songs, it's usually songs, right? The songs that are on that are going to be authorized for the original video, of course, because it's already on YouTube. So it's they have a database that says this is a copyrighted song, but it's fair use. Like, we don't mind having this song on YouTube. And so what that does is it does what I would call a defensive copyright claim that keeps someone like I don't know, Time Warner from trying to claim it and trying to bring down your videos. So they have this defensive claim. So this isn't necessarily a bad thing to get a claim. It's actually, and I almost wish that MiHoYo would do Hoyo Mix claims on all my Genshin videos, because then if somebody wanted to come in later and try to make a claim, they wouldn't be able to, because Hoyo Mix has said, we're giving fair use to this content. This is one of our, streamers, and they're making content that helps make people enjoy our game or think about playing our game. So we're going to authorize it. So eventually, and maybe someday, Hoyo Mix will do one of these defensive claims on Genshin content. They just haven't bothered doing that yet. So that's that. So now let's get back to this edit. So we've edited it down, but like we have the rest of the file. So I'm gonna undo this point because I made the video. It's fine. So So I've undone all the edits that came after me deleting this here. So we've done that. We've done it. It's done. We don't care about this anymore. We'll get rid of that. So now I got the rest of this stream. So let's see. What do we want to do with the rest of this stream? So rest of the stream, we checked it out. Let's see here. We found out that there's really nowhere I can get my last 60 points to get to level 7. So can't do anything with that. So this is when I decided I'll just do some challenge battles. So first thing I did, so here's the first deck build. So we're going to do 2 videos based on this content. We're going to start off and we're going to do a deck building guide. So we're going to go in here and we're going to, I don't know where to start. We'll just start with a blank deck. So we have this blank deck that we created, right? I cleared out all the cards. So we got our black deck. So we're going to make the stall deck. Now, I don't know if the stream audio is going to be good or not, so I will wait on judgment for that. So let's just see what we got, and then maybe I'll include stream audio, and we may record separate voiceovers.
Pack boosters.
Um,
There we go. Noelle.
yeah, we're probably going to record separate video for this. So we're going to do voiceovers for this one, just like I have for my other videos. So we're not going to use stream audio for this. It should be fine. We'll leave it until the last minute because we don't want to worry about sync issues later, but we'll just go from there. So let's go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and cut. So that's going to be the beginning. And now, because we've started our thing, let's go ahead and make a title card immediately. So we'll make a current position, title card, Oh, so since the stream audio probably isn't good, we also probably don't need stream video. So we're going to go ahead and also do a crop. So there's a lot of simple video effects you can do in most things. We're going to do a crop effect here. So what this does is this sets the viewable angle for the whole section. So like everything between our cuts, right? And so unfortunately it's kind of hard to eyeball here, but we're going to go in here and say, okay, so we're going to need to crop a little bit more on the left side. Just trim that down a little bit. That's too much. There we go. Let's see how that looks. So we've got a crop. Do a little more crop on that side. This is why my DPI is so high. Drives my kids crazy. All right, so now we've got a clean crop. Bottom's going to be not black because it's just how I stream it. And got, oh, look, there's a little bit of stream elements coming in through. So we're probably going to crop that down a little bit too. And even though I'm editing at different locations in the video, it applies to the whole thing. It's not like a zoom. We'll do a zoom later and illustrate how zooms work. So we're going to make our title card, stretch it out to here. So the idea was with this deck is we're going to do a stalling kind of healing deck, right? So we're gonna probably put that in the title card. Let's make sure we got Barbara. Okay, so that'll probably be a good frame that was a few seconds ago. This will probably be a good thumbnail, right? So we'll probably use this as a thumbnail. So that means we'll probably want to stretch the title card to go past the thumbnail, right? And then we're going to go in here. We're going to set our text and our size here. We can move these things around. So it can be wherever you want. It's going to appear to come out of the bar, so I like to have the bar be somewhat close to it. I was going to call this Noelle stall. So it's a stall, using, I guess, Pokemon terminology. It's stall deck, right? The objective of the deck is to use up your opponent's cards, whether it be a food, like if you're going up against a food deck or you're going up against a deck that like uses a lot of cards that are resources. The ideal use for a deck like this is like, okay, well, I'm going to stall you out, and then once all the cards have been played, usually on both sides. Just let Noelle just beat the ever-lighting daylights out of them with her burst. It's very beautiful, honestly. And so we're going to say, so we've got basically triple heal. So we do have some demos both in this video and today's stream that will illustrate how this deck works. So we'll have follow-up videos. So this will be kind of like a mini series, I guess. I like to do a little bit of outline. I like sans because I'm dyslexic and it's easier for me to read. So maybe it's easier for other people to read. So there's our title card, right? And now here's where it gets interesting. So we are going to find the end of the deck build. And that's probably where I demonstrate the deck. So we're going to have a demonstration in here. So we're going to set it as active and then, okay. So here's the end. So this is the point where we're going to stop using it. Stream. We're going to go ahead and cut there. And now we're not going to include stream audio for this section. So we're going to do our own audio here. That also means I'm going to crank up the game audio a little bit. We'll go to like 250 is reasonable. I'll play that. Let me turn this down. Pause this. So now the game audio is pretty reasonable. Actually, no, we're not even going to do that. We're not even going to do the game audio. We're going to do it even worse. We're going to go ahead and detach this because we're going to not detect beats. We're going to detach audio. So we're not even going to include game audio in this video, at least for this section. So we just want stream audio. Now what I've got is I've got a loop in my add-ins of the Cat's Tail theme. So what that allows me to do, and pretty much everyone seems to do this. So we're going to go in here and we're going to grab the actual sound we want to use for this video, which is going to be this guy. Well, it doesn't need to be there, but we'll let's detach that. We want this detached. And we're actually not going to keep any of this stuff, so we'll get rid of that for now. We'll leave the other stuff. Let's anchor. What is this content here? This is just more cuts. No, this is just more cuts. So this is the actual. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna get rid of that. Did it lose my audio? Fine, whatever. It lost my audio. I'll do it again. So we've got this Cat's Tail theme in the background. We're gonna have it as a separate audio track. Detach it. And essentially this audio track allows me to loop. It's not perfect, but it's going to allow me to loop the Cat's Tail theme in the background as we go. Because we're not going to do commentary. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep bringing that video back from the dead? Let's try this again. Get it in there. Oh, it's gobbling it up, isn't it? What is it doing? Why does it keep bringing that back? I don't understand. Oh, it's because that's not actually the song. It's not the actual song. That's why. Okay, I was there. So this is what we want. We want the MP3. There we go. That's better. All right, so we got this Cat Tail theme, right? And I have to do a little clip to it, but that's fine. Just take a second. So what this is going to run in the background for the whole thing. So all I got to do is find where it ends, which is right there. Do a clip. That dead spot. And it's made to loop at that point. We can duplicate it. And we can now, as we're building this video, we can have. Oh goodness gracious! Oof, oof, oof! Come on, come on, come on! Where are you going? Where are you going? Wow, you just scrolled like to the ends of the earth there. Right, we're back. Okay, good. So we got that there. Let's zoom out actually. So again, a little sticky here, so it should stick to the other one once I get close to it. So we'll stick this on here, and you'll hear what the effect is here. So we're in here. I'm gonna play it. It's not perfect, but it works, right? It's just background music. It's doing its playing its thing, right? And since all these songs are a loop, it'll just loop. There's a little volume issue there because of how I had to record it, but it's still it's cohesive. And now, as I'm doing this video, I can just keep cloning it. And so I've got a loop now, and we'll use this loop to just kind of give some color to the video, right? As we're doing it, because as you'll see in a moment, we're not going to necessarily match any of the in-game stuff, because what we're going to do instead is we're going to put voiceovers, and sometimes the voiceover is going to be longer than the scene. In this case, maybe the scene's too long. Maybe we'll have to cut this scene down because I'm sitting on it for too long. But as I'm describing the cards, or explaining how the characters work together, it could be longer or shorter than what you're seeing on the scene. So we'll use freeze frames to artificially extend or reduce the video. And if we tried to include the game audio, and I tried this on my first video, and it was excruciating, right? Because every time I do a freeze frame, the background music would stop. And so that sucks, right? So we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do it this way. You can see there's definitely some things I'm gonna cut right away, like that whole doesn't meet requirements, like whatever. I was just fat fingering the settings, so like we're gonna trim that out. Don't need that, right? Come on. Yes, I was fat fingering, like cruel. So yeah, so we don't need that. We don't need that garbage, right? So let's get rid of it. Yeah, and so we got Barbara, we got. So in all the while, as this is as the deck's being described, as we're talking about the cards that we're adding, whatever, we're going to have just cattails, just kind of vibe in the background. Speaking of vibe, let's start that music back up. Vibe going. So there we are. So yeah, so we got the cat's tail theme going in the background, and I'm not gonna copy it out all the way because we don't really know how long this is gonna be, because I'm gonna actually let the voiceovers determine more how long it's gonna be. But we'll do the voiceovers in a minute. So first voiceover will be the introduction, right, where I'll describe the deck. So then the next voiceover, we're going to describe the deck and describe the characters. We'll see how long that takes, and if I have to stretch it, I'll stretch it. So then our next card is going to be our Glorious Season. So we're going to make a card that attaches to that point of the audio. I'm going to use title cards. It's way too much. I'm sure there's probably better effects, but you can use whatever effect that you want to use. And so I'm going to use title card because I'm the one making the video, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, so I'm going to make a title card. So this is going to say, so this is Barbara. Barbara skill. So her skill card. We're going to include it in the deck. And I'll explain what. So, like making these videos, I'm taking the same approach as you'd make for a good a good PowerPoint presentation, which is you're not reading the text on your presentation. People can read. Most people can read, at least the language that you have. What you want to do is you want to produce some pithy, like, keywords which you're going to talk around in your voiceovers. So in this case, we're just going to say, fast, cheap switch. So the only reason that her card's in there is because the effect allows you to swap for free. So you can go to Barbara, you can cast her skill, you can swap out for no extra dice.
What is all this magic?
What?
What is all this magic?
What is all this?
The green rubber bites. And riches.
You want some chamomile?
No.
Sorry, good family stuff right here. What? Yeah.
It's magic.
Yes, it's
I had a
immune.
massive spider bite here, and I just put
I know.
tiny dot
I know. It's as long as it's 1%, it's safe to use, but don't use it too much. I know. It's an anti-inflammatory. Keep in mind though, it can reduce healing, so don't overuse it. Steroids like cortisone lower your immune response, but that also means it lowers your ability to heal. So there's a balance.
Giant.
If you've got scratches, it makes it come back. I know. But if you have like a histamine problem, like a spider,
spider baby.
I don't know. It happens. It happens. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so a big old spider bite. You have a histamine response. Use the cortisone. That's correct. It's the right thing to do. All right, I want to at least edit one video on stream before I have to go to bed. So no, it's fine. Okay. All right. So we got cheap swaps. So that's back to the video. So I'm not going to say Barbara's get cheap swaps. I mean, that's not what I'm going to say. Right? That's not a very good voiceover. But that's all that needs to be on the screen for that. And then we're going to stretch. We'll stretch and contract everything. Fine. All right. So don't worry too much about how long the title card is. I'm going to match the title card to my voiceover. Right. Composition. I'll make another title card. This is for Jingshu's skill. There's like all these little snappy things it can do. I mean, maybe it looks better with those snaps. So to share. Oh, wrong text. This text. Get an outline. Give it Jingshu. Author's name. We're going to switch it to a non-all caps because it looks really weird. Skill. Stretch the text box so it fits the whole thing. God, his name looks so weird. Am I doing that correctly? Am I spelling that right? Let's find out. Dyslexic. Doesn't look right. U-I-U. Okay. Jingshu. Jingshu Xiao. And then we're gonna just put a pithy statement here. We're gonna say damage reduction. Because that's what his skill does. It gives you damage reduction, which then makes the shields even functionally more effective. Right, so double up. So again, this is stall deck. So we want to make everything make it as painful as possible for your enemies to do damage to you. We got that. This is me double checking the abilities. Maybe I'll talk. Well, probably won't. I'm probably gonna cut that. This was just me double checking the abilities. So we're probably gonna do a cut here. We don't need to go back to Jingshu and be reading the card. That's not necessary. So I actually built the card into the deck and then took it out again because I don't think that Jingshu's skill is. It's a little overkill. Let's just say it's a little overkill. But this is the deck as I would describe it, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with this for now. And then people who want to alter the deck later can do that. See, that edit broke the loop. So I mean, other than I want to have at least 2, but I don't need to fill out the whole space yet. Use this way, it's fine. We're not going to do volume right now. Volume edits later. Show you how that works later. All right, so we got Jingshu's skill. That's the next card we added. Then we got Noelle's skill, Got Your Back, which turns her into a healer. She's not a healer by default in the card game. She only gains her healing after getting her skill card up, but that's fine in this deck because there's going to be 2 of them, so it should be fine. The moment where I add it, that should be it. Oh, don't need that frame though. Let's go back. My computer's not quite fast enough to deal with these fast rewinds, unfortunately. So we'll go from there. Boom. Cut this next part out because we don't need to go back to Noelle, at least not for the guide, right? People can read the cards as well. It's fine. That was just me, pondering next steps. Barbara's card, which is also not necessary. All right. Back to this. Okay, so now do a cut here. This. We can get rid of this whole section as well. We've lost some of our cat's tail theme because you'll see this green line is what is the clip that this particular audio clip is anchored to. So if I were to delete this clip, it would also delete that anchored audio file. That's what's going on with that. So then we'll go zoom back in. Zooming in. Let's go look at what the next cards we add. So we're gonna add some weapons, and then I'm gonna decide not to add the weapons. So we're gonna cut that whole section out because I thought of adding weapons. I added them because the weapons are cool. Sack sword, make Noelle strong. But reality is, no, we don't need the weapons. Let's see if she. You're thinking about it. I'm like, oh my goodness, man! I made all sorts of errors. I thought I had 2 of those. This will be a fun edit because here we got some errors. Like, oh no, when am I going to notice that I got too many artifacts? Let's wait and see. I was thinking running NREs and I took them out again. Oh my goodness, this is a mess. This is a complete mess. I can't look at this. This is crazy. I'm gonna have to resequence these scenes. So we definitely want the meat rolls part. So that's good. Let's do that. Let's have that in there. That's a good clip because that's definitely gonna go into the deck. So. Seconds. So we definitely want this. So we'll grab this clip for sure. We describe the meaty rolls. Get to the end of that clip and then do another clip. So definitely going to do the meat roll. So we're going to go ahead and add title text in here. Minty meat. And then what we're going going to say about it is we're going to say so before this round the target's normal attacks. All right, so yeah, this is the good stuff. So this is a card that can be exploited. So that in there. That we're going to change our. I don't know how to set this to be always my preferred, but we'll figure it out. Check our stream status and see if they're mad at us or anything like that. So we're broadcasting. I don't know if it's going to give us anything live feedback. Well, it didn't say we're muted or anything, so that's good. All right, let's go back to this. Sorry, I'm getting worried about that stuff. So mini meet free. So now we can notice my text. I mean, I don't want my title card to be a quarter of a second, so I want it to be a little longer than that. So this is our first freeze frame. So we're going to insert a freeze frame, and because they don't link to any of our audio, we can just stretch it to there. So now, meaty meat is going to be start it there, I guess. Stretch it to the end of frame 4. So now we have this little unit here for meaty meat rolls. We may not need this other part of the clip. We don't. Well, that's the fade out. So we'll actually grab that too. So we've created a freeze frame that we can use to dynamically change the size of the scene, right? So we got meeting meat, normal tax, good. So then let's see if there's anything else interesting that I pulled. We're gonna take out. Probably gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix that. We definitely want hydro resonance cards. Let's see here. We want draw cards. This is when I realize I don't want my weapons at all. We're gonna take the weapons out. All right, so that allows me to put some draw cards. There we go. So now Soothing Water. So Soothing Water is an amazing Hydro card for stalling, as Hydro does so well. So we're going to make sure to highlight that in the build guide. So let's go ahead and do a clip here. And then we're going to find the end of the Soothing Water. Out. Good. I'm going to clip that. We're going to add a title card, current position, water. So Soothing Water is a good card. It's going to be in the deck, so we're going to make sure to call that out as an important card to include. And in my playtesting, yes, I would not take this card out. Like I took Jingshu's skill out, but that maybe was just my inability to really keep 3 characters active. So I'm not going to definitively say it's a bad card to have for Jingshu's skill, but we'll go from there. So we're going to say super wheels. What just happened? Just happened. Oh, super heals. You have a chatter? Hey. Yep, I do have a lot of CCG videos by this point. Thanks. I hope you like them. Yeah, I'm not even in the media server. I just went hog wild and just did lots of good matches and got lots of play testing. My kid also plays, She's upstairs. And so we've just been like, whenever we're hanging out, we're like talking about different tech strategies and stuff. I got another deck video I'm gonna make later that's gonna be just what she calls. It's really her deck. I'm gonna make a video for a deck that my kid made. She should be fine. And that it's like a disruption deck, which is what she calls it. So we'll edit that one. I did that one today. But we're gonna do this stall deck first. So I'll finish this video up, and then if there's any good, if there's there might be a match or two in here that I'm gonna capture and get uploaded as well. But we're gonna get the stall. We're gonna edit through the stall deck today. But yeah, thanks for joining. I hope that you enjoyed the stream, and I also hope that you follow, because that helps everybody out a lot. Stick around, get your drops. Well, you can't do drops for this one, but you have to watch my other videos to get my drops. But if you subscribe and then watch me play TCG, you can get your drops and get like free perma gems and stuff. Anyhow, but yeah, thanks for chatting. I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, super heals. That's what we want to say about it. As I said before, we're gonna go ahead and add another freeze frame to this guy.
Do you know the term from Boondocks that I can't stand stream?
What is that? What did you say?
The word from Boondocks that I can't say on stream.
Yeah, don't say any of those words. I have a chatter. Hello, chatter. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that stuff. We want to talk about Genshin Impact.
Ended with a W. I don't know.
Why are you bringing
There's
stuff
one
up?
at my school and he hurts me.
I'm sorry. That happens.
Hurts my existence. Just like, dude.
Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. No, they're not. They're not a joke. They're not a joke.
Declan.
They exist. All right, so we've got another clip here. So we've got another card. So we definitely have some dead space. Like, I don't need to include any of this stuff. Like, we'll just good. Whatever. I mean, at this point, my deck guides don't need to explain how every single part of the game works, right? Everybody knows you can draw cards with draw cards. Okay, I have them in here. I like draw cards. Some people don't like draw cards, but like there are certain cards that the deck is sort of built around, and I want to definitely call those out. Like artifacts, like yeah, there's artifacts. Okay, run artifacts. It's fine. So yeah, I'm probably gonna nuke this whole section too. So we're gonna make this pretty short. So we've got 2 cards that we're calling out. We've definitely got the. Let's see which ones are this. So that's the meat card. There's Jinshu's skill. There's Barbara's skill. Do we have a title card for that? No, I don't think we have a title card for Gotcha Back. So we're gonna go ahead and add a title card to that. I think I just forgot to add it. Like a title card, current position. Oh. Go ahead and clean that up. And yeah, maybe today, depends on how time goes. I mean, I'm not editing as fast because I'm talking, of course, but it's fun to stream, so we'll stream. I'll probably do at least one of the battles because later in this, I battled the Larachurls and I literally did not switch away from Noelle the whole battle. I just bonk, bonk, bonk. I'll probably add bonk sound effects to that one. So that'll be an example of adding sound effects to videos. So we got Noelle skill. There's a lot there. That's what I say. Shield. Like, I was talking to a kid the other night, and like in the main game, Noelle can't generate energy, so you have to like build around that. You have to either have 5 stars like Albedo, or you have to have like Zhongli, or you have to have be a really good Ningguang player and you have to balance back and forth. Ningguang's talent where or maybe it's her constellation. Oh yeah, that she can generate a lot of geo energy, so Noelle can stay on. In TCG, Noelle gets energy from normal attacking. So 2 normal attacks and she can recast her burst. Her burst does 4 damage when it's cast. She's so good. Like, Noelle is so good. Not that Noelle isn't amazing in the main game. She totally is amazing in the main game. But she's even more broken than she is in the main game in the TCG. So much so, like, you can't. I'll have a video where I failed to defeat Kitsing with the Noelle deck. It's not quite a win against everything. That's why we use the Disruption deck for opponents like that. But for most players, you can just Noelle can just steamroll, and it's probably going to be true for most of the adventure challenges too. I'll probably run Noelle for most of the adventure challenges. So a lot of this is dead time, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this down, and then if I need to stretch it, I'll probably just add a freeze frame. I don't need all this dead time. It's going to be, it's fine. So we'll just do there, and then we'll just trim this one. So that should be fine. Stretch this to the end of that skill card view. Yeah, Noelle is totally god tier. Like, everything that limits her in the main game doesn't exist in TCG. So, like, just play Noelle. Crystallize does damage in TCG. Crystallize gives you a shield and damages your opponent, which is honestly, like, Crystallize should damage opponents in the main game, or should give you a buff or something. It's a crime how Crystallize works in the main game, because it's almost useless. Whereas in TCG, Crystallize is pretty good, and yeah, geo units are so good. So yeah, I agree. God tier. Noelle's god tier. I put her right next to Ganyu. Ganyu's extremely good, especially when paired with Fischl. And then honestly, Sucrose is really good too. There's Sucrose and there's Jean. They both have that E skill that knocks opponents down. It's amazing. Maybe not against like other players, maybe so. Like when I roll dice, I'm kind of like, I don't go all in. I'm like, I'm not going to go, I only want Anemo dice because Jean's out, right? I'm going to try to get Anemo and, Electro or whatever other characters are on. So if I get knocked by an Anemo character or an Overload, I have options at least. Whereas I'm pretty sure the CPU looks at their active character and tries to roll as many dice for that character as they can. And then you hit them with Jean or Sucrose, and the CPU is like, I don't know what to do. Starts burning cards, trying to do elemental conversion so they can make a normal attack. And it just the CPU just does not deal, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But that's the other deck. That's the one I'm gonna do later. That's the Disruption deck, which probably won't come out tomorrow. It'll probably come out in a couple days. We'll see how much energy I have for editing. But yeah, Noelle, god tier, absolutely. I agree completely with whoever that said that. She's such a good card. So is there any other cards of note in here that really make the deck? No, I don't think so. So like that's pretty much it, right? So that's all we have to say about the deck. This is just me giving it the Geo back, so that doesn't need to be in here. It's so funny that like it says my deck with a space, and then you're like, oh cool, you mean I can put spaces in my name? And it's like, no you can't. but you got to put spaces in your names. Why can't I? It's so dumb. Whatever. All right, well we'll clip that because that's just too freaking funny. Like, no, only MiHoYo can put spices in deck names. You may not. It's against the rules. MiHoYo only. All right, so we're not gonna really feature. Well, we can just kind of have the scroll over, I guess, because if people really are interested, they can see like, yeah, I added Hydro Resonance, of course. I added I added, draw cards and, Timmy and Levin, which are amazing cards. And then, I'll just leave this whole clip here. We'll just talk about how dumb it is that they don't, actually, we don't need like the background thing. That's just wasted time. So we'll trim that out. Like, yeah, I have the backgrounds. Like most people have them now. I think they start unlocking pretty fast. So we'll go from there. Should be enough. We'll do a clip. We'll just move that completely. And then we'll have our little gag about. So we're going to do Noelle. There we go. So we're going to add a sound effect. So, gosh, I would love to add a doe, but I don't know if doe sound effects are. We'll just add a bonk. I mean, sad trendos look kind of lame. I think bonk is fine. So we'll add a bonk sound effect to there. So that when we play back here, we'll just go here and we'll go. All right, so we're gonna go here. Oh, there you go. So fine. So they can't add spaces, which is so dumb. And then we got that. And then I think that's it. I don't need to edit anymore, other than I just said it, made it my active deck, so that's fine. So we'll cut to there. All right, so now we're probably ready to do voiceovers. So here we go. So we've got our stuff. We're gonna want to anchor that because that's gonna be an issue. So let's anchor our bonk by doing a cut. And then we should be able to anchor this to that point. So now it should be anchored so that as we're dragging around, hopefully it doesn't. Can I anchor it? I can't anchor it because well, we'll figure it out. So we'll have to make sure the bonk. Oh, here's the trick. I know how to make this work. We're gonna make a sound effect, and we're gonna put. I'm just gonna put a little bit of text here. We're gonna say. That excabang. Go ahead and do that, and now we can hopefully anchor the sound effect to the same point as there. Drag that down. So now we've got a sound effect that's anchored. It doesn't directly anchor, but at least we'll be able to find it when the time comes. So now I don't want to say anything. So here we're just kind of like showing the cards. I don't need any voiceover for that. People can just see what it is. We don't need voiceover for that either. All right, so we only need, at this point now, we only need a couple voiceovers. We're going to do one, which is the intro, which will be kind of introduction, stuff like that. We've got discussion of the Barbara card, Jingshu card, Noelle card, Minty Meat, and Soothing Water. And that's it. So those are all the voiceovers we need. So we're going to go ahead and go back to the head of the video. We're kind of getting into the home stretch now. So I'm going to go ahead and start recording some voiceovers. Center myself here. Hi, it's Rob. Welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be discussing a Noelle-based stall and healing deck that is built around Noelle as the primary DPS, supported by both Barbara and Jingshu, in order to exhaust the opponent's cards, wait through food decks and other decks that are trying to do big hits early in the round, and instead clean up with her sweeping time at the end of the round. So we've got that. Now you'll notice. Oh wait, we got something to say. Oh wait. Do. You just played against this very deck? Really? Cool. What did you think of it? How did it play through? Now, I know that Noelle runs a deck like this, like the NPC Noelle, but she uses Ningguang instead of using Barbara. Georesonance is good in this game, but I honestly prefer using Jingshu. I mean, I'll admit, I started with the Noelle match. I'm like, wow, you almost had a really good deck. Unfortunately, she didn't play it as hard. I don't think. I think she added a lot of food too, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to remove my awkward pauses. Don't need that. So I've got that. We're gonna, as with all my audio, I'm gonna add. Yeah, it's super tanky. So like, I'll show you the playthrough, but like there was one where I was still full health on my entire team by like round 4. You know, Barbara was clearing elemental auras with her skill. That's the other thing about the difference between this game and the main game is when you're playing Barbara, which I haven't really done seriously since getting Kokomi. The self-affliction with Hydro is super annoying because you can trigger Electrocharge and zap yourself, or you can freeze yourself, right? Well, in the TCG, because her affliction happens during the end phase, and because of how they changed how self-affliction does reactions, you don't take any damage. And if you get frozen, you get unfrozen at the new start phase, which means that as long as her skill isn't inflicting you and setting up your opponent, and instead you're using it to clear, so you switch into the character that's got the bad aura, the cryo, electro, even pyro, whatever. Barbara's good. Like Barbara's actually good. And thus why like Ningguang is not the optimal, right? Because yeah, you get Georesonance, great, lots of heals, or shields, but it's actually more effective to just keep switching to Barbara or switching to whoever's got the elemental aura when at the end of your round, so that Barbara's skill clears whatever negative auras you've got, so you start every round without any elemental auras, with really no downsides, because it's a hydro clear, right? So it's not going to trigger an overload. So yeah, Barbara. They made Barbara and Noelle good in this game. It's almost like they wanted to bring back. I am just waiting for, I don't know about you, but where's the Amber card and where's the Lisa card? I've got this inclination that Amber and Lisa are going to be crazy good to make up for the fact that most people don't play Amber and Lisa in the main game. I don't know. Well, all I gotta say is Noelle is awesome. Barbara is actually really playable in that. So all right, cool. So we've got the intro's in. So since the intro's there, I might actually cut a little bit because I don't have to sit here forever. So I've got about 6 seconds I can cut. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna make a cut here. Make a cut here. It's gonna cut. It's gonna be annoying. It's gonna delete my audio. We're gonna drag this audio onto this anchor point. Delete that. And then we're gonna anchor this over here. Cool. All right. Maybe I cut too much because I think I might have cut too much. Now I'm gonna cut a little bit more. So we're gonna cut this a little bit with the. No, I think I cut too much. I'm taking it back. That was too much cut. Too much cut. I will cut the Mirror Maiden though, because I was thinking of putting her in, and I decided against it. I think Mirror Maiden is going to be better for supporting other reactions. God, I don't even know if I can. Well, I'll just use a frame. So I'm going to cut this whole bit with the Mirror Maiden really quick, because that's not part of the deck, and that's just going to distract people. I'm going to go ahead and cut there. Move that. That's going to make everything funky. Cool. So now looks like we're going to need a little bit of a freeze frame to kind of... We'll freeze frame here. Oh, yeah, we'll freeze frame once all the characters are in. And then we'll drag that across so it covers the entire intro. There we go. So now we have this freeze frame that's going to hold for there, and then it's going to transition out to the card. So here it looks like we're going to drag that over. All right, we're going to do another tight little thing. Okay. When you defeat Barbara in her friendly battle, this is the hardest part. Not bouncing on my words. All the outtakes. All right, let's try that again. When you defeat Barbara during her friendly battle with full marks, you get her skill card. This skill card will allow Barbara to quickly swap without any dice cost to other characters, allowing you to switch to Barbara, cast her E-skill, and switch back relatively free. Good. Got that. That's a good little voiceover. Not too much about it. Didn't cut too hard. Probably trim the intro there a little bit. I think that's some dead space. Get that aligned. Cool. Jingshu. So now we're going to go ahead and I'll just find out when that card came up. Make sure we line it up. Pull that about to there. And do another voiceover real quick. Likewise, defeating Jingshu in his friendly battle will get you his skill card. This card adds to the defensive options for this deck by adding damage reduction for every time you cast his E-skill. This will make Noelle's shields last even longer. It is a little rough, but let's see if I can clean that up a little bit. For every time you cast his E-skill, this will make Noelle's shield... Oof, that's rough. All right, I might be able to clean that up, though. Shield. Yeah, I'm going to trim the last half of that S. And then trim that up. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I don't stutter. I have audio editing software. Let's see how this sounds. This will make Noelle's shields last even longer. That's rough. All right, we're just going to redo that whole section. Re-record that. That's rough. All right, so we'll just go to there. Right. This will boost the defensive abilities of Noelle's shields. Rephrased it. I think it's even better. All right. Let me trim that. So we will need to freeze frame this guy in order to stretch it properly. This is why I don't proactively add all of the music. Who knows how long this is going to end up by the end. I should trim this guy. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and call the end of the frames frame the end of this bit. Good. Cool. And then the last part, we're going to go ahead and find the beginning of Noelle's skill card, which shouldn't be exactly where I dropped it. Oh, it's really close to the beginning here. Alright, we're going to do it here after the fade in. Just find the spot it fades in. There we go. I'm going to have that click at the fade in when we do a recording. Noelle's talent card activates her healing mechanic, allowing you to use her normal attacks while under her shield in order to damage... Not to damage. Goodness. Not to do that. Got distracted by the fact that I have to do another whole... Explaining her card's going to take a minute. Is this where I flubbed here? In order to damage. No. Not that. All right. To heal. To heal, obviously. It's the whole party, too. It's so amazing. In order to heal the whole party by 1 point for every normal attack. Down a little bit. That part. Go to there. We're going to go ahead and have the title card stretch through. All right. And now I'm going to make a joke because I have to make at least one pun, right? The final ingredient that makes this deck work is the minty meat rolls. This food item allows you to make multiple normal attacks during a round with decreased cost, drastically increasing the healing Noelle provides and also her overall damage output. Oof, that's another long one. Gotta have a pun though. Wouldn't be video without a pun. Pause, that was a little long. Okay, we're going to go ahead and firm up this guy a little bit. We still want a tiny pause. Oof. I love this little theme. The Inazuma theme is so beautiful. Absolutely love it. I got my keyboard. I've almost figured out how to play it. Wow, and that's long. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna extend this one. Silly thing. And extend it even longer. This is our freeze frame, I believe. Oh, no, not there. Oh, goodness. My DPI strikes again. Drag this over. Cool. And cool. And then the final voiceover is going to be soothing water. Cool. All right. Running 2 hydro units allows you to utilize the special cards that are related to hydro resonance. Both additional dice for having energy in a pinch, but also the soothing water event card, which provides 4 healing, 2 of which goes to the active character for a single hydro energy. Okay, there's that bonk sneaking up on me. All right, so explaining that. Trim that guy. That dead spot. The little countdown thing always throws me off. It counts down to 3 and then it like does a whole other second. Super annoying. And this is our stretch. See, our bonk got massively moved. It's all right. We'll find where it belongs. We'll find the bonk phone. That's why I put a tag on there. Okay, let's find its home. All right, so now I got our soothing water. Voiceover. With all the cards chosen, all that's left now is to name the deck. Here, I'll just name it my Noelle. Why do they get to use spaces? Okay, got a joke in there. There. And then that's actually the point where the video ends. So we're going to go ahead and cut the audio for the Cat's Tail theme. So we're going to do a volume point now. So we're going to transition back to the Cat's Tail theme. And it's not going to line up, right? So what you can do in most, I'm sure this is true in most software, but at least in Moavi or whatever, you can add what's called a volume point, if it'll let me, which is a point that you can now move. And then I'm going to add a second one. I'm going to drag that one down to 0. So now I'm going to get a fade out. And I get control over that fade out for when I do the next step. So at this point, I'm going to make sure all my audios line up the way I want. Good. We got our volume points. We've got our audio. We're going to do sound correction on all my voice lines just to kind of remove the echo effect. Tools, autocorrect. We're going to do enhance and we're going to normalize. That 100% is fine. I think that the microphone's a little farther away than I usually do recordings, but preview's been fine. We're going to go ahead and save this before we start messing with cuts and pastes. We're going to call this Noelle install. And you'll notice I still have the matches there. We'll remove them after, and then we'll add the outro, and then go from there. So here, shows. Can I do a discussion? Yeah, I'll probably do a discussion. I'm going to drop the stream audio. So this has got a bunch of content. Zoom in and make sure we didn't lose anything before we encode. Looks like it's square. Now, as I said before, got add-ins. This time I've got an outro that's specific to the Cat's Tail that just holds on a deck screen. In this case, I might change the visuals to be the character selection. Actually, I'll just change the visual to be where when I'm done renaming the deck. Hopefully that's done. So there. Oop, 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 oop. Almost there. Let's go to here. Dun, dun, dun. So, I mean, if you're still there, YSP Blue, how do you feel about the fact people are uploading content that's not accessible right now? Because as far as I can tell, and I might be wrong, you cannot reach level 7 with the normal gameplay. We all have to wait until the guest battles for next week, which would be Sunday, I guess. But I was cruising on YouTube the other day, and people are like uploading like evals of the Sino card. Well, the Sino card's locked for every player who's not on a beta server or a media server. Kind of makes me little miffed, because either I'm missing something, either like there's a match that I just can't find where I can get those last little points and I'm just an idiot and can't find them, or the pacing of this card game is like, no, you guys get Sino next week when the refresh happens on Monday. I'm bummed. I saw those Sino videos and I'm like, yes, I can get all the way to level 7 and pull Sino's card. And then I'm like doing all the Inazuma battles and I'm like 40 points shy. And I don't know where to go. And I'm like going back and I'm checking all the duels and I'm going and doing the character battles. I'm like, it doesn't give experience points to do character battles. I can't figure it out. I did the cat battles. Nothing. No, can't do it. So yeah, I'm stuck at 6-2. I'm like, I'm so close. I can't get any higher. So I guess Sino is something the rest of us, the people who don't have access to the beta or the media server, will just have to wait. But yeah, I'm bummed. I'm bummed about it. I'm glad at least one other person feels my pain. All right, so really quick, we're gonna add another freeze frame here. We're gonna drag it. We're actually gonna detach the audio. rid of here, we're going to have to make a new title track, but that's fine. Oh. That wasn't what I want to do. Just this, please. Nope. That. To, like, re-anchor this. There we go. Just re-anchor the audio. Put it there. And then we'll move the anchor. Aha, now we can get rid of this. Now we have our new outro that actually shows the deck. We can drag that to the end of the theme. This is a good length for an outro. It will get you all the YouTube cards. Let's add an outro title. I'm just going to say thank you for watching. Just kind of generic, but I'm basic. I don't mind. I have to actually spell watching correctly, which was fun. Wowchowing, or whatever, however you want to pronounce that. Let's use a different font. Let's go ahead and use. There's one of these I really like. I know, font nerds. But there's one that kind of has. We could do Papyrus. Papyrus is fun. Everybody loves Papyrus, right? Undertale. Papyrus is cool. There we go. We'll do Papyrus. Papyrus is a fun bot. And then I will have the Twitch follow mentioned. It's fun. Now that'll also be, showing up in the card. Let's do this too.
Is monogamy a Christian thing?
Not necessarily.
Well,
I mean, it's hard to say.
Polyamory was much more abundant.
Well, I honestly don't know the answer to that question, kid.
I've been researching.
Yeah.
Christianity hated polyamory.
Okay.
And if you look back in history to even Rome.
Yeah, I mean they had much more complicated I'm gonna say
They were just having sex with everybody.
Well, they got rid of the I know they caused the death of a plant that was contraception. Yeah, I've heard the story.
Male and women.
Yeah, I know. We're aware. Oh no, but let's just say that the puritanical view of sex and marriage is unique in history. But I don't know if it's necessarily Christianity. I don't know. I don't know the answer. You can do more research, but I don't know the.
I don't think it's purely Christianity. Is
okay. All right. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and encode. I usually give it a title. I filed it. Just what I'm going to put it in YouTube. So let's see here. This is Noelle. Small deck.
all these people that cheat like that. They're just polyamorous.
No, there's a difference between polyamory and cheating. There really is. Polyamory is
not cheating with revenge.
Polyamory is built on informed consent. Yes. Cheating is not. Cheating is the opposite. I take strong issues.
Distrust.
Yeah, I try to take strong issues with anyone who conflates those two things. Even though I am not in that camp, I find it's very disrespectful to talk about that. So yeah, welcome to the crazy things that we talk about on stream.
Either they're probably just like people who cheat. I feel like they're just people with trust issues.
I think there's as many reasons that people cheat as there are people who cheat.
I guess so.
I mean, really, you know me. I don't like to be terribly judgmental. I just will say that polyamory is only successful when it's built on trust.
Yes.
Right? And cheating is the breaking of trust, right? Just universally. The motivations aside, that's how it is. So that's how I take it. So this is going. And so once this is over, undo all those edits, and then we'll grab the battle. Like for instance, I built this deck specifically to beat the Twin Mirror Maidens battle, because in order to get full marks on that, you have to have no fallen characters. So they're cranking up the difficulty a little bit. So I did it in less than 6 rounds in my other round, but I had a sacrifice. I had to drop a character to win. So I built this deck specifically for the Mirror Maidens. But the subsequent battle with the Geo Larchurl, who's got like 16 hit points, all his attacks, I think, other than his I've killed a character attack, are physical. And Noelle's shield halves the physical damage. And then with Jingshu, all the big damage is dropped down as well, which basically makes her so that you can just use Noelle and just put up your shield, normal attack, use her burst, put her shield back up, normal, done. It's over. I didn't even switch. So we'll edit that one next. I'll go there to sign it. So it's really fun. What's up? All right, so we're done there. So let's get this one uploading really quick, and then we'll go ahead and edit that Lara Trill fight, because I thought that was super fun.
I missed. What's the thing on the back?
The fingerprint scanner? Yeah, I know. You win some, you lose some.
How old the Pixel 1 is.
I know. So I got it, and I got my Pixel XL back in what, 2016, and that was like a second generation.
Just like, just so old.
Yep.
It has the old freaking It uses Android 11 still. It has the old style of OLED screens that they used to have. Yeah. Do you remember one of those shows that did not force diversity? That
Okay, cool. And then we're gonna say all the fits. I have a very loud keyboard, I know. It's like the loudest thing on my stream right now. Oh, what is this? This is the 13. Cool, Twitch link is in. It's running its checks. So let's see how the thumbnails go, whether I'm going to have to create a thumbnail or YouTube's going to predict one. I'll find out. Went chin impact.
what was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
For kids.
Yes. What was I saying?
We'll do the end cards first.
She-Ra, the new show, the new She-Ra, was not a show that forced diversity.
That is correct.
It was a show that just kind of ran into it. It was also planned from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't. I think they had to rush a little bit of it, but like I think it was pretty much planned.
They did not force gayness.
No, they did not. So I call these deck guides. So let's make sure that the name is consistent. Deck guide. There. Are they gonna have my screen with thumbnails? No. Alright, so we're gonna have to build a thumbnail for this one, but that's easy. Easy peasy. Go from here. So we'll build a thumbnail really quick, and that's just, again, opening it in VLC, grabbing a moment that looks good, and going from there.
Hi, it's Rob. Welcome to my
Oh,
video.
oh my goodness.
Today I'm going
Oh
to
my
be
goodness.
discussing a Noelle-based stall.
I guess. All right. Wow, I just said stall really intensely. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna re-encode it. Let's see here. All right. So we'll go ahead and grab that. There's our start card. Oh goodness. Yeah, I mean, it got almost a good one, but
Click
not
on
the
that.
best one.
Click
Not
on
the best
You
one.
have 3 options. Click
None of the other two don't. I want to have the title. So when I'm doing these,
the first option had the title in it.
yeah, but it didn't show all the characters. It just showed Noelle's. Now, granted, maybe that's better. Maybe it's better. It's just like Noelle and oh, who else is in this deck? We'll find out. I don't know.
Go with the one you have.
I think that's best.
Let's not do mystery. You're
I mean,
you
it's
have this like educational vibe to you.
yeah, I do. I know.
You're just like, hey, this is how you do this.
This is how you do this thing. All right, we'll
Officially,
schedule.
Goodbye.
We'll set this as a. We'll set this a premiere. That'll be fun.
6
Um,
o'clock.
At 6:00. Yeah.
6:10.
6:10. There's no 6. I don't know if you can do 10. I think you can do 15. Maybe YouTube like partners can do the 10s, but I can do 15.
You can change that manual.
I can.
Yeah.
All right, well, I can try. 6:10, magic number. Magic's video start time. All right, so we'll do a premiere at 6:10, and then the premiere will tease for 5 minutes.
Upload all of their videos at 6:10.
Okay.
Like it's spam.
Like you just get like all your
notifications.
Cool.
So I think it's probably optimal time.
All right. Well, we're all about being optimal. Well, nice thing about a premiere is I can share the premiere link on my.
Twitter. I believe you still have Twitter.
Only for sharing this stuff. I don't scroll Twitter anymore. It's not really.
I deactivated my Twitter account.
Yeah.
Elon Musk bought it and was like,
I want to make this tag a thing. I may be the only person using it, but I'm gonna make this a thing because I think it's funny. All right, so post that to Tumblr, post it to Twitter. I will wait to post it to Hoyo Labs because I don't know how that'll deal with the premieres. I mean, I don't know.
Next time you're editing this stream.
You know what? I will definitely add a stream, but we're not done tonight. I got one more edit to do at least. I want to.
16.
What?
It's 9:15.
Yes, it is
Sleep time.
for you, maybe.
I got sleep 3 hours of sleep. I fell asleep at 4. I fell asleep at 4:30 and slept till 8. So
Part of me wants to just. No, I'm not going to do the outro. Oof. Yeah, I think undo is going to kill me. So we're going to reopen this one.
I got 2 sleep cycles already.
Yeah, I know you do.
So
See. So this should take us to before I added the ending stuff, but basically the same. Yep, it is. So now let's do some demos. So I edit the fights a little different than I do the other ones. I'm still gonna add commentary and stuff, kind of like I did for the deck guide. But I'm gonna erase the background music. I'm not gonna put any freeze frames in. So if I can't say it in the time that it happens on screen, then I'm not gonna say it. So I'll figure that out. Is my crop still there? Yeah, my crop is still good. We're still gonna have a crop on there. Let's have it start on the title screen for the fight.
I drank 256 ounces of water today. That
There we go.
my lips are still chapped. I still feel dehydrated.
No, it's been very dry.
256 ounces.
It's been very dry, yes.
7 of my water bottles.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay.
I think it's okay. Yeah.
If this continues, we probably should.
They're fixing the humidifier. It's being worked on.
I did this at school.
Well, I don't know if they have humidifiers at school.
If it continues, it should be something we worry about, but I don't think it's going to continue.
Well, are you also experiencing frequent urination?
Kind of.
Well, then we should probably have them do a blood test.
What's frequent? I'm drinking lots of water and I'm
More than once an hour. More than once an hour. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, then you might be showing early signs of diabetes. So
I
we'll
think
have
I'm
to get it checked.
overhydrated.
Could be that too. We'll find out. All right. So.
Only time with diabetes and a hypoglycemic person. Haha, you're funny.
Mhm.
I think it's the fact that every time I've been fidgeting, I've just been taking a sip of water.
Oh, okay. I do that sometimes. Overdrink.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me need to take a break if you keep talking about it, for sure.
256 ounces of water. Most of that was just drunk as water. I should drink that. Water. I should drink that, and just like devour my water bottle. It's probably fine, but I'm just talking. I've waterlogged myself today. Dad.
How do you spell survivability? I hope that's how you spell survivability. I am a terrible speller.
Everybody is.
That's what Google's for. I spelled it wrong. And that's why you checked. Because that gets burned into the video. Got too many mouses, too many keyboards. Did a cut and paste. Like,
One, two.
No, I got a Mac keyboard, but it's still the same key layout. Copy and paste is Windows copy.
Oh.
Whereas Windows is control, of course. Ugh, I hate it. Should probably remap my Windows keyboards to switch control on Windows. Just get used to it.
Do it the other way around, because Apple's bad.
Sure, whatever. All right.
Apple's way is bad. Also, I hate the fact that pitch blend, you can't go smoothly over pitch blend.
It's about doing wah-wah. It's not about like doing smooth. Please, thank you. That's good. That's gonna be annoying. Like they're gonna hear every little thing. The microphone is sitting on the desk. You're gonna hear dunk 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 doing that. Okay. So we're going to maintain that audio for sure. Make sure it's normalized. Okay, so it's good. So Noelle versus Mirror Maid. Thing I did that I should be talking about. Not really. Alright, so I didn't do a redraw. I go through. I'm gonna open with Barbara. We don't have to worry. Fortunately, with these dual enemy ones, both the dual mirror magens and also the dual fatuis, like you don't have to worry about reactions unless you inflict yourself with an element. You're fine. And in this case, well, even then, it doesn't. Like, I wouldn't run Barbara against the Fatuis. That would probably be bad. Because you would inflict yourself, and then the next turn, they'd start vaporizing. But, like, the Mirror Maiden's like, okay, well, I guess we don't have to worry about elemental reactions at all. Because they're just going to keep afflicting us with Hydro. But their ability is so annoying. Oh my god. It takes additional dice to switch. Oh, and also, if you let a character fall, you don't get full marks. Great combination. But that's okay. Because it's a survivability deck. So they can whine all they want. And they can hold us in our little cages. Which is that. Ooh, it's Scaramouche Boss Battle. What's the name of this track? I love this track. This track is so good. No, this is not Scaramouche. This is Child Battle. Child Battle. All right, so back to this. So we're gonna title this guy. Starting here. We're gonna call it opening act. There we go. We'll do the bold. No, we'll stay consistent with her. So we're going to start off with Barbara. And if this is short, I might make it a double header video and just do both. Because the other one is just so short. I'll probably cut it out. It's fine. Right. Oh, what? I didn't start with Barbara? I'm an idiot. Ha. I guess not. Usually I start with Barbara. Alright. So I can't make the opening act joke. I'm not going to change what I say. I usually start with Barbara. Sword dance. I can still call her the opening. I can still call it the opening act, but it's not Barbara. It's start with his acrobatics. It's still an opening act, right? It's fine. So there's that. So we're gonna start with Xingshu. We're gonna do roll whatever. So we're gonna do some setup, of course. Draw as fast as we can. Alright, so lots of setup on this one. Okay. Those rerolls. That's fine. And then I'm just gonna do the rain swords, right? Yeah, we'll just do the rain swords. Now at this point in this battle, I actually overutilize heals. Again, this was literally the first time I used this deck. In subsequent battles, I've learned that I really don't want to drop that resonance soothing water until. So now he's got that status. So let's put a note in here. I hate that status. There's nothing I can do. Like in the main game, I almost never get hit by that because I just dodge, but can't do anything about it. Alright, so she's got me trapped. I'll talk a little about how annoying that is. And I think it boosts her burst if he gets hit when he's got that as well. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. It's so frustrating to see all those dice go away. Alright, so he's trapped. Fortunately, he tries to build both of his bursts so he can drop them back to back. So there's a couple points where they definitely could make the kill and they don't. Like the AI is actually kind, I think. A real human player would, if a human player could run 2 Mirror Maidens, they could have won this battle. They easily could have won. But you kind of have to understand this. They got a little bit of a crutch when you're playing this. So now I can play his. See, there you go. See, I do heal a little bit more often than I need to. I'm gonna fish for a reroll card. And then we're gonna play Paimon because of the setup. I love the Paimon card. I forget the games where I am apprehensive about playing it, and I'm like, oh, but I want to make an attack. I always lose. Like I still have to play Paimon every time. So you're not at risk now, so it's a good time to play it. Good old setup. Setup. Paimon card. Investing most of our dice in that. Overheal. There's my first real mistake of the match for sure. But yeah, I don't make that mistake as much. But with him trapped, I was kind of desperate. Beat down, trying to get his burst charged up. That's the round. Skip ahead. Oof. Because yeah, they could have bursted. Like actually, I won't even call that out. Like I expected to lose. I expected her to drop her burst. Yeah, I expected her to drop her burst. Because she does the switch, and then she attacks. So maybe she's only had one Hydro dice, which is fine. Alright, so that's the end. So he's holding on for dear life. Unfortunately, you get a bunch of dice for the next round because both Timmy's and Paimon are going to activate. That's the... Oh, wow, terrible roll. Wow. Got a matching set on that time. Alright, and at this point, pretty much in the bag, because all of that, like Timmy's and Paimon's and everything, just so much pays off. Still overhealing, but I wanted to keep him alive. Because they're going to drop, I think it's 5, maybe 6 damage on their attack. Very, very apprehensive about this right now because I don't want to go. But you'll notice I have the 2 cryo dice, which makes it play it safe. Because no matter what, she would have dropped Jingshu. I mean, there's nothing I could have done. Even if I had dropped the healing, drop it. So, play it safe here. Just soaks that damage like crazy. Here comes the big hit. Fortunately, there's no pyro agents, or else this deck would be devastating. So, shield up. Get your crystallized damage. Crystallized does damage in this game. Wild. So there's one adaptation. Shields do not stack. I'll do a zoom effect here to illustrate that. Making zoom effects is done. You start where before you want the zoom to occur. So we're going to say before the Mirror Maid makes her move. So actually we'll just do it here. So we're going to go add zoom, tools, and zoom. We're going to do a zoom in. It's going to give you two boxes, where the second box is where the second point is going to go. And then we add a zoom out immediately after, and they'll overlap. And now the second box gets us back to full. So now we'll get a full zoom in, zoom out. And we can control how fast it is by the differences between the points. So we want to capture that moment where the shields disappeared so that we can really see how that goes. So you'll see how this plays out. So we'll be here. And we're going to be full here. And then we'll see we lost our crystallized shield, her other shield. Did it stack? Oh, wow. It did stack. Shields do stack. Oh my goodness.
So,
Alright, so shields do stack. I'm wrong.
I can run sprint run 30 yards in 5.5 seconds.
Okay.
6 times in a row.
Okay.
Is that good?
I don't know. I'm not a track person.
I'm trying to figure out if it's good, and all the answers on Google are world record. I don't care what the world record is.
Just ask your track and field teacher. What'd she say?
She didn't know the standard right now.
Oh.
That's
Right, so shield stack, that's good to know. I hadn't even noticed that shield stack. We learn something every day. Alright, so then now we're going to switch over. So she of course keeps shield. Now they're going to switch. Now their plan is to drop double bursts, right? That's how they play. Now. Set up our let the show begin. He's gonna do his other attack. That's all. That's 2 of the damage. Let's just make a comment there. And we'll do another zoom effect here. So there we go. Direct damage reduction. We're going to add another zoom. What? What? Zoom in. Add that to current. And then we're going to go to that point, and then we're going to zoom out. And we're going to go ahead and drag the initial zoom section. We're going to go to the destination. And then zoom in on that crystallized or that Noelle shield working. Slow zoom today because we want to. There's that disappearance. We have about. Okay, actually, we should drag this one over. So we'll have a nice fast zoom. We're gonna go. Okay, so there's the damage. Kaboom. Direct damage destruction. Perfect. Okay, so we got the zoom. So the Barbara's a little stronger now. At this point is when I probably should have played healing, but that's okay. I think she can survive. So that's more setup. So. Because he's got no limit. Yeah, he's done. And then they're gonna also end. That's that. Healing effects, draws, etc. Noelle's got her skill now. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna wait through the rolling. I think there's an epic roll in one of these videos, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, epic. Rerolls are amazing. There's our epic dice roll. Okay. Cool. Oh. And then at this point, like, there's so many options. We're probably gonna want to heal really quick. Yeah, so I heal. We already have it. And I'm gonna go ahead and resummon for later. Now she has her skill, which means I can now do a cheap switch to anybody, which I do. And I'll take that. At least I think it's free. Was it not free? Your skill should have made it free. It's fast switch. No, it wasn't fast either. What is the heck? What the heck is up with that? I thought I was supposed to get a free switch from her card. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe because it wasn't the first switch of the round. Alright, now I can breastplate. I hesitated at this point because I knew what I needed to do, but I wasn't about to do it. But I did it anyways. Here we go. And I did it. So here's where it happens. This is the magic. Maybe I like the bonk sound effect too much. Bonking is wrong. I don't want to be right.
冬は必ず訪れる。捕獲完了。
I didn't move the wrong one.
冬は必ず訪れる。この身ふぶと。この身ふぶと風。
And that is how it's done. Okay. So there's our victory. Now if he says anything after the fight. He does not. Okay, so that should be enough. So that video's done. So now we gotta add in the outro and the audios. But now we've got the full annotation. That's what it's done. Annotated. So now we have our annotations. So now I'm gonna actually take a quick break. Give me a minute. All right. Gotta take some breaks sometimes. All right, almost done. All right. All right, back to this. All right, so now we gotta do some voiceovers. I'm not gonna cut up the thing yet until the voiceovers are done. So how many voiceovers do I have to do? Not a lot of talking in this video, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 voiceovers. Let's go. Make it happen. All right. Intro. Okay. Ready? Hey, it's Rob. Today I'm going to demonstrate my Noelle-based stall deck utilizing Hydra in Residence and Noelle to wear out my opponents and maintain all of the characters' lives. That's lives. I mean, all of the characters. I don't need to say lives. Yep, how's it going?
Well, there's people in here.
Yep, yeah, we were talking a little bit about. I love the Noelle. Get the Noelle. Nothing like talking about a Noelle deck when you've got somebody who's at least somewhat of a Noelle fan. I'm also a Noelle fan, but not. Yeah, so we chat a little bit about the stuff. I guess they mentioned that there's a video out talking about like what are the tiers of the player cards and stuff, and yeah, Noelle is god tier, like truly god tier.
I fell asleep by mistake.
It happens.
Had a weird dream.
Mm-hmm.
That
Hey, it's Rob. Today I'm going to demonstrate my
When I
Noelle-based
woke up,
stall deck utilizing Hydra in Residence and
my thought
Noelle
was,
to
Wow.
wear out my
I am
opponent and
dissatisfied with the
maintain
experience
all
of
of the
music
characters.
performance in high school.
What was that?
I woke up from the dream and I'm like, wow, I am really dissatisfied with my experiences from high school with music and performance.
Yeah, they were not. They were not. They could have been so much better. They genuinely could have been so much better.
I blamed the choir director.
Yeah, he was so bad at his job.
I genuinely blame him. And I also had a tangentially related thought after that. I'm like, wow, Bocchi the Rock really is a wish fulfillment show. The difference between Bocchi and K-On!
Yeah.
Is K-On! Starts with a character who's socially capable,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally regulated,
True.
doesn't know shit about music.
Right.
Bocchi the Rock starts the character who knows music.
Yeah.
But she can't actually
She can't do
fucking perform or work with other people.
Right. That's the hard part. I'm doing voiceovers right now, so just pause you for a second. Hit points. You don't maintain their lives, you maintain their hit points. I would cut but I can't because you can hear in my voice that tonality there's another word coming, so I had to record that. Let's see how this one sounds.
Characters. Hit points.
It sounds really awkward. Whatever. I'm gonna go with it. Hit points. Just like a fucking hammer hitting you in the face. All right, let's see what they got.
Hit points. All of the characters. Hit points.
It's not terrible.
So
You can kind of hear the edit, but it's fine.
because it starts with a character who has a passion for music already. Right?
Yeah.
And that shapes the show to be fundamentally different. You know?
Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna turn this up.
And she is learning things on that show, but she's learning how to perform. It's a different skill than learning how to play.
Yes, it is a very different skill.
Actually, Kaya looks like, what's her name? Yui already knows how to perform.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how to go up on stage.
Yeah.
They don't cover that that's a problem for her.
No, it's just like she just doesn't know how to actually function on a
Like, she doesn't know how to play an instrument, but she knows how to perform.
All right, hold. Okay, I cannot record while you're slurping up
I'm
food.
sorry.
I need you to not. I need you to take a short break on the clanking and stop. Stop. Did I? Oh my goodness.
雨だれ石をもうがつ
Is it even recording?
No, I don't know what it's doing. I think. I think pausing it during. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I think I crashed it. I think I just found a bug in the software. Oh, Jesus.
Can you at least save what you have now?
Maybe. No.
No, oh my fucking goodness. That's a bug that shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't.
They should. What you have to do is you have to pause while recording. Figure stop recording first.
It's because it was in the countdown or something. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're screwed.
Sorry.
Yeah, I only need you to be quiet for like.
You can save there.
I need you to be quiet. Just like do nothing for like 10 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and then
You have to say. I didn't hear you say anything like that. So.
let's see what we lost. La, la. God, I love the R&R song. It's so pretty. All right, let's see. How much did we lose? How much did we lose? Hey, we didn't lose anything. We didn't lose anything. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Save still worked, even though everything else was broken. Okay. All right, just give me a moment to do this voice. I got 23.
Save built into the close. If the application fails.
Yeah, at least you're going to save before it goes down. All right. Oof. Okay. So yeah, I take your bite and then
Okay.
hold. Normally, for the opening act, I would choose Barbara, but she doesn't have the resistance that Jingshu offers, so I start with him this time. You can go back to doing whatever you want. Oh wait, maybe I'll do this one. Oh, no, never mind. Take your bite, and then I'll do another one.
Do it.
The Mirror Maiden's special skill card forces a status condition unique to her on the cards that she attacks, which increases the cost of switching characters by 1 dice. This can really be a problem if you don't plan around it. All right. The Paimon card allows you to control tempo. Save when your characters are not at risk in order to defend yourself and take more actions when they are. In my first error of the match, I use the healing card, which restores Jingshu, but wastes the healing on the other 2 characters. I probably could have saved it for later. Try not to make the same mistake I did. Did I cut off too early there? Make the same mistake I did. Okay. At this point, my heart was racing. I figured that the Mirror Maiden would use her burst and wipe out Jingshu, but then she switched. Possibly the CPU just didn't have the dice to cast it. I don't know. Oh, what's up?
This is funny. Stop posting this. Villains in the Addams Family movies go to really unnecessary lengths to defraud them of the family fortune. These people just give it away on whims all the time.
Yeah.
If I walked into their house, started wearing their clothes and spending their money, they would start introducing me as cousin intruder and forget there was a time I didn't live with them.
Cousin intruder. Well, isn't that part of the plot of Wednesday? Is that the blonde-haired girl?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that the blonde-haired girl from the movie, for some convoluted reason, ends up living with Wednesday. Just somebody else's kid just starts living with them, and it's hilarity ensues.
There's a whole plot line in the Addams Family musical where Morticia and Gomez realize at the same time they thought Grandmama was the other one's parent.
She's actually just some random old woman. It's fine.
Fine, it's fine because she's Grandmama now. It doesn't matter.
Oh God. Okay, recording. At this point, the increased cost of switching is worth playing it safe and going to somebody who can soak up the damage of the upcoming burst. Oh. Okay. And I gotta do 2 rapid fire recordings, okay? TCG changes Crystallize in 2 major ways. First of all, it now does +1 damage, but more importantly, shields stack, allowing the Geo shields to absorb damage before Noelle's shield absorbs the damage, which is important because it maintains several buffs. I can't believe they made shield stack in TCG.
Uh-huh.
I had to zoom in to prove it to myself. I zoomed in, I'm like expecting it not to stack, and I zoom in and I'm like, holy cow, the Geo Shield took the damage before Noelle's. Oh wow. Crystallize is good. And honestly, that's all they'd have to do to make Geo good in the main game. Is shield stack now.
Yep.
Oh, you got a soup team?
List.
Add a Geo character.
What I would do is I would make it The lowest health point shield takes damage first.
No.
Highest?
Make it the shield that has the most effectivity against the attack takes the damage first.
Okay, but after that.
Yes, after that it would be lowest. But like, imagine
That way we don't waste big shields protecting against hits a small shield could have broken.
But what it does is it makes Noelle and Zhongli's shields, which are the buffing shields, take damage last against elements when you also have an elemental shield. So if a pyro attack comes in and you have a pyro shield, the 250 of the pyro shield will absorb that attack before Noelle's healing shield or Zhongli's debuffing.
I would make it so. There has to be a complicated priority order, sadly.
Yes. Oh, that's probably why it doesn't have it.
Crystallize first,
Then special shields.
then prioritize by health.
Mm-hmm.
Always prioritize by effectivity after prioritizing. So it goes first, prioritize by crystallize. Second, prioritize by effectivity. Third, prioritize by health.
Yeah, and that would be deterministic. All right, one more. Okay.
Has to be in that order.
One thing that doesn't change is crystallized shields and Noelle's shield act as a direct damage reduction. Reroll cards may feel like Dead Space sometimes, but other times you get epic rolls. With the energy to cast Noelle's Burst, I do the unthinkable and consume Hydro Dice cards and a Paimon Best Travel Companion to press the advantage.
You use Hydro Resonance and then convert it with a Pyro? With a Paimon?
Yes. And allowing me to cast her Burst, which won me the match.
Wow.
When you have the advantage, push hard. That's the other thing I learned playing other TCGs, is you have to play conservative at the start, but when you see an opening, you have to, like, you're discarding cards for energy, you're taking damage, you're doing whatever it takes to press through and defeat your opponent.
Yeah.
It's all about it's pace. It's about pacing, right? Right. Okay, recording in. Now that Noelle has her artifact and the mint food, we can normal attack almost as much as we want at 0 or 1 cost and completely wipe the opposition. Did that op sound okay? Let me re-listen here. Now that Noelle has her artifact and the mint food, we can normal attack almost as much as we want at 0 or 1 cost and completely wipe the opposition. my lisp was covered by the bonk sound effect.
Nice.
That worked out well. All right, and that is the match, and that is the voiceover. All right, so I am going to. Okay. With both effects not limited by usage, but instead simply by rounds, Noelle can just continue attacking at almost no cost until all the opponent's cards have fallen and victory is achieved. Okay, so now with that, I'm going to save. Almost done with this, and then I got to do my last little sequence of things that I do when I'm editing. I'm going to correct my audio. I think I have all my annotations, but one of them is... What's going on right there? Another one of my favorite songs is on. It's playing the Watasumi background noises.
This is funny.
Oh, it's
I ain't seen one person say 23 gonna be their year. Y'all really scared this time.
yeah. Don't even think it. Just keep your head down. Write it out. It'll be fine. Just write it out. All right. So that's all my audio effects. I'm gonna save again because that was a lot of work. And then I'm gonna nuke the second battle for now, just so I can put in my end credits and my outro. Grab the outro. Okay, yeah. So no cuts on the video for the battle. I'm just gonna have to work with the time that I have, and I don't talk too much. All right, and then we do one. We need to correct. It's fine. No, that outro is fine. I'm not gonna highlight the deck. Let's get to the point where the card's up. Do one more recording. Thank you for watching my demonstration of the Noelle stall deck with double hydro resonance. I hope that you can watch more of my videos, subscribe to see them as I release them. I'll probably be releasing these once a day. And also follow me on Twitch if you want to talk to me live, watch me edit videos, and watch me play TCG and Genshin Impact, and maybe even some other games. We'll see. See you later. Or I'm not going to see you, but that's all right. People say see you later. That's the thing people say, right?
Like and subscribe.
Well, yeah. I hate it, but the reality is, and I said this earlier in stream, like every platform uses subscribers and likes as a gate before becoming a partner or getting profit sharing or all those other things. Like, it's one thing to subscribe to like Tom Scott, like fine. Tom Scott's got lots of subscribers. He's good, right? He's platinum on YouTube. He doesn't care. But
subscribe to that small guy who you just watched like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, like today I actually had another small content creator subscribe to me. And I watched some of their videos and I subscribed back. They had like 40 subscribers. Like, sweet. Support small creators. We have day jobs. You know? Tell your friends, share our videos, like and subscribe.
The secret to being a cool adult is to wear things your younger self wanted to wear but couldn't, and do things that your younger self wanted to but couldn't.
Yeah, I think that's a decent summary.
And then kids will look at you and go, wow, you're so cool, you're doing all the things that people don't want you to do.
That's a mouthful. All right, let's do the hide. No, start. Man, I'm getting tired. I guess it's 11 o'clock. I'll probably do the other video tomorrow morning when I'm bored. When I'm waiting on stuff. So,
I'm glad that you're getting along with your new coworker so far.
Yeah, it's great. I'm loving my work. Like I'm even starting to get along with Jeff.
Wow.
Like, it's a miracle. We have like such like oil and water personalities, but we're getting along great so far. Yeah. I mean, we had some friction, but you know, we each have something unique to offer to the party, right? Let's see here. Is the piano working? Play some piano if it's hooked up to the screen. So let's see here. Is the line in working? Let's see here. I cannot hear it, but I think it was working. Let me throw it in the monitor. Let's see here. Advanced audio. Line. Monitor. Let's see here. Got this. Cool. So I'm going to stop the background music and play a little music. God, I got to figure this song out. I love this song. Melody of Distant Green Fields. That's the name of that one. I absolutely love that song. Oh gosh, make a tear up. All right. Oh, so yeah, I love the Inazuma theme. Let's see if I can remember the. They open up with. Really? No, it's open with a tritone. Let's drop down the octave. Yeah. Let me switch. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, they resolve on that. They resolve on an inversion. So they have the open third at the start for tritone. That's it. No. It's a... That's all right. Anyhow, it was in a theme. I'll figure it out. I'm sure there's sheet news out there, but I don't know.
So
Figure it out myself.
interesting. Apparently, Microsoft's Teams has an absolutely unacceptable bug in it.
Oh,
It hasn't been fixed.
I forgot to fix this one. I'm gonna re-encode it. Yeah, tell me about it.
Nobody knows exactly what causes it either.
Oh, great.
It's called the Teams file bomb.
Okay.
Sometimes Microsoft Teams installs a few administrative files, right?
Right.
One of them is called thirdpartynotice.txt.
Got it.
Normally, it is a text file about some legal stuff. 500 kilobytes.
Right.
Sometimes it's 155 gigabytes.
Oh my goodness. That's
Now,
very large.
nobody knows what's inside of it. Because whenever people try to open it up in a text editor, it's only IT people who come across it, right?
Right.
Whenever they try to open it up in a text editor,
The editor crashes.
the editor crashes.
Well, that's because they never tried using VI.
What?
You could open a file that size in VI. VI only opens a certain number of blocks at the top of the file. It doesn't load the whole file.
And so that way you can look at if it's just...
Or less. You could also use less to look at it. Less also doesn't open the whole file at once. Or even more.
Alright, so I suspect...
Hat doesn't open the whole file either.
I suspect what's happening
Mm-hmm.
is one of two things.
Mhm.
Either A, garbage data from system memory is getting dumped there.
Very likely. It's probably a buffer overrun.
Or it's literally the text file missing the last character, repeating infinitely.
I'm guessing it's an overrun. I suspect what happens is, so when you're writing a file in most languages, what you do is you create a data segment which has your data in it, right?
Yeah.
So you load up, and you maybe format it, whatever. You're going to fill this data segment, right?
Mhm.
And then you're going to call an IO call, like write file. So you're going to open a file descriptor, right? And you're going to call open. You're going to file descriptor back, and then you're going to call the write function on that file description, right? And what that does is it calls the kernel, and it basically sequentially goes, all right, here's some data, here's a go. Here. Well, when you call write, you have to tell it, you have to give it a pointer to the buffer that you've got in the memory, and you also have to tell it how many bytes to write or to read, right?
Yeah.
Or, and this is probably where the bug happens, you tell it write everything until you get to a new line character or a end of file character. EOF character. Just read. I've given you a buffer of data, and there's an EOF at the very end of it. And what happens if the EOF gets corrupted? The OS goes, oh, I've been given a buffer. I can read any memory that I'm given. There's no rules, right? I'm the operating system. It starts reading. And at the end of the file, there's supposed to be an end of file record, which tells the operating system to stop reading, but it got corrupted. So it just keeps reading. It's going to read the entire, you say 100 gigabytes of memory, it's probably going to read the whole entire 100 gigabytes of memory.
Because it
on the
was
machine.
up to 500.
Yeah, it was whatever was on the server. I don't know.
So it just kept reading.
And it just kept reading.
And
It never found an EOF just in random memory.
So eventually, when it couldn't be storing it where it was supposed to store it, it just got stored in this text file, which was in Teams app data.
Yep.
So it just went to the next thing in app data and dumped it all there.
Yep.
Until it had nothing more to read.
Exactly. And if
So,
you had
yeah.
if you happen to have an EOF just randomly in memory, because maybe you did, maybe before it created that file, maybe you opened a file and that file had an EOF in it, and that happened to be in memory after the buffer that the teams wrote, the file would go blah 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 blah, and then a little bit of garbage, and then it's done, and no one would even notice. And since you're opening and closing files all the time on a Windows box, it's not surprising that even in testing they may not see the bug. And so what
this means that what happened is somebody booted up their machine,
fresh
opened Microsoft Teams,
first thing,
because it automatically boots if you make it.
Yep. And the first thing it did, and it started reading empty or random memory. And since you had never opened a file in that session, it just started dumping garbage in it. Read. And virtual memory. It's reading swap. It's just like the operator is like, I just keep reading memory. Oh, I'm out of physical memory. Doesn't matter. I'll start swapping because people are addressing. It's just gonna keep growing.
So it's gonna go. It's all gonna be dumped in something. Apparently, that one file, which is in Teams' app data, meaning it has permission to dump stuff there as much as it wants.
Yep. And now there you go. So I'm suspecting. Now I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the code base looks like for Teams, but I'm presuming it's written in Windows API code. And yeah, AWS API code is horrific.
You have to use a text editor that only opens up the beginning to.
Yeah, you use Cat or something. Cat would do it. Cat's probably the fastest way. You can tell Cat read this many lines and then stop, or you write a little program that just like a little program that says read a couple lines, do an open file, read
file bomb to see if anybody's looked into it.
Yeah,
Microsoft.
But yeah, that's what I'm suspecting it is. I mean, I don't have proof because I'm not in their code base, but That's the symptoms of a buffer overrun on an IO. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Audio's gonna be weird. Okay, so shoo. Okay.
I'm finding, even entering different cards, I'm not finding anything on this.
More about the book. Let's see.
I want to now. I think I have Microsoft Teams on my computer.
Hmm.
I want to go to Microsoft Teams' app data and see where third-party notice is sitting.
Yeah. Be interesting.
Because depending on where third-party notice is sitting,
Because yeah, you have Teams because of school, right?
yeah. So I'll do that later. I'll open up Microsoft Teams' app data. Isn't that hard? You go see users' app data.
Percent app data, percent.
Yeah.
It takes you wherever it is.
And so I'll go to app data, I'll find Microsoft Teams, and I'll look through what's going on in there. And if it's after an actual miniature program, or if it's the first thing in app data, we can confidently say,
yeah,
it's dumping garbage memory.
Probably. I mean, that's
so the reason that it could be repeating, by the way, is let's say the file didn't print correctly somehow. There's one character wrong in the file.
Right.
Microsoft Teams boots up and it's like, hey, I should make sure all the text files I installed look right.
Oh, and you think it's...
it goes through and...
It's like, no, this is wrong.
Look,
Today
goes,
I'm going to demonstrate
that's
my
wrong.
Noelle
But instead of deleting and then rewriting it completely, it prints the entire file again, says, good job me, and then shuts down.
Also a possibility.
Then you boot up Microsoft Teams again. And because it's now printed it twice, that file is clearly incorrect.
And now it's going to continue. It's going to basically do that.
It's going to do that every time you boot up with it. It's going to add 500 kilobytes.
Every single time you start Teams.
Every time you start Teams.
That's an interesting theory. I like it. That is.
So essentially, the first block of text, there will be an error somewhere.
Right. Just some bug. You know, something.
And then it'll be either the correct text or text with one error again, repeating infinitely all the way down.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I mean, with 5 minutes with a cat or just a raw C program written in a few minutes that loads the file, 100 bytes or 100K at a time, you could probably determine that. All right, next.
Well, I load it. Said it's about 500 kilobytes total, the file.
Mm-hmm.
I would load it 1,000 kilobytes.
Yeah.
I would load 1,000 kilobytes to go look at what's next. If it's the file again, it's that. If it's garbage, it's the other thing we discussed.
All right, so that guide is gonna.
And did you turn on stream?
The stream's still going.
Cool. So this is on stream.
This is on stream. Yeah, we're
talking
programming. Yeah, programming on stream.
Yeah, my thought was that how they programmed it, because
I killed it again. I must have like a disk space problem or something. Fortunately, I saved it, so it should be fine. Oof, man! I did recently update. Maybe their update's got a bug in it.
How much disk space do you have?
I'm checking now. Let's see if my C drive's full. Because every time I jump around, it's got fine. It's got enough time to do what it is. But yeah, every time I jump around, I end up creating a bunch of thumbnails. Well, it's more like clips. It creates clips. Lavidan does, and so it creates all these preview files, which are just clips. You can see some of them are pretty big. Yeah, some of them are gigantic, right? And it's it's going to get bigger the more I jump around and actually play stuff. Super annoying. And then they have this too, which I think is the pieces, like the temporary pieces that it uses. Oh no, these are the freeze frames. These are probably tiny. These are probably tiny. I bet these are just the freeze frames that I use. Details.
So,
yeah, those are just the freeze frames. Those are fine. That can stay. Oh,
155 gigabytes.
that's ludicrous, right? That should clean up my hard drive a little bit. Oh, yeah. Well, not too much. I'm going to do some other cleanup. Okay, so with that, that is video editing for the night. We are done. It is uploading. We have completed our task for the day. Thank you again, Weispree Blue, for joining the stream, for chatting with me. I always appreciate having something to talk about. I hope that you can join again. I know she followed. Thank you for the follow. And we'll be streaming at Genshin Impact tomorrow, doing more TCG stuff. I'm gonna also stream another video editing stream tomorrow, and we're gonna edit and demonstrate the my brilliant daughter's disruption deck that she helped me design. That I basically copied her design. And show you how that one works for opponents where a stall strategy doesn't work. I'm going to go ahead